Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, it's Blair Bryant.
This is Kimberly Bryant, and we are the Pop Culture Green Room. And so we're back, and we know that we all haven't seen us in a minute, but we're excited to be here.
Yes, exactly. It's been a minute, but we're getting our groove back and get back on track with everything.
That is true, and we are back from our hiatus.
We are, yes.
Yes, but it gets even better because not only are we back from our hiatus, we've got a special guest with us tonight.
Yeah,
we've got Chantel from Bravo in Real Life that is joining us, and she's right backstage, and we're about to bring her on in just a second. But y'all, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into a little bit of catching up with Summer House, with Amanda and West drama, what's going on, of course. And Tom Sandoval, he's back in the news again. He and his ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend, what are they? The family, I don't know what's going on there. A little bit of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Rhode Island will take us out. So let's go ahead and bring Chantel on.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Chantel. Thank you so much for joining us.
So much.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Oh my goodness. And we are psyched to have you. So,
of course.
Yeah, oh my goodness. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. So right now, the hottest topics of this week, well, that we can see this week, the past few days, because today's only Tuesday?
Yeah,
really. Right. It's only Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. It's only Tuesday. Like already, it's like we're going up.
Right.
Tuesday.
All right, with that said, so all right, y'all, the West and Amanda of it all. I know that everybody's kind of a little bit tired of talking about Summer House and everything that's going on and the drama. But we just had some news break, and we're gonna find out Chantel's thoughts as well and get Blair's thoughts, of course, mine as well. But so we all know the whole scandal, if you call it a scandal, whatever it was, this torrid love affair going on between West and Amanda, and Sierra getting heartbroken and burned by her best friend. And in a nutshell, what's been going on. So West Wilson is no longer going to book. Right now, as of now, he is not returning to Summer House for next season. And so the announcement came, what was it, 2 days ago?
I think so, yes. Very recently that Amanda's not coming back either.
And so what are your thoughts on that, Chantel?
My initial reaction is good riddance. Because, I'm not a huge Summer House person, so I'll be honest up front. So I know the main characters, I know what's happened in the past, and ever since their little scandal, I've gone back and started watching from the beginning. Right. I never watched in the beginning. I kind of just jumped in, middle through the 10 years. But Amanda's been unhappy for a long time. She's constantly, I've outgrown the partying lifestyle. I don't want to do this anymore. She wants to settle down. She's just not into it anymore. So I think my question is more, did Bravo, let her go? Or was it a mutual decision? Was it, no one wants to film with you? You know what I mean?
What? Oh, that's interesting. Because I didn't even think about it that way. Maybe she just didn't want to, maybe Bravo did let her go because she kept saying she didn't. She always complained. She complained about the party lifestyle, and she was Kyle at home with her by her side. She's clearly unhappy in their marriage. But it seems like all the things that she complained about in that marriage, she's out doing with West. So it's kind of like,
that's true.
That she wasn't happy with, or was it the whole situation? Was it both? That's
true. That's true. And it just, I don't know. It feels like she's maybe outgrown it. I mean, she was so young when it started. She was like in her late or mid 20s. And after 10 years on reality TV, if you don't change, I'm concerned for you. You know what I mean? If you don't become a different person, not in a good or a bad way, but just evolve and grow and change.
Right.
I don't want to see you be like, okay, we'll get to Tom Sandoval later, but I don't want to see you be that same person, 20 years later.
Exactly.
Oh, yes, sure.
And that's
what I mean?
Yeah, and you're totally right about that. But same thoughts. I'm like, good riddance. Like, she can go for all I care. But to me, it's like her whole gallivanting around town and around the city, around the world with West and Sierra's face. It's like she honestly just didn't give a damn about Sierra. She didn't care about her. She was never really her friend.
She just leaned right in.
Yeah, but when you really look at it, she really didn't have any solid girlfriends. So that's my opinion, my thoughts on that. So what about you, Blair?
I mean, I'm not really surprised either because I feel like she doesn't have that much of an identity outside of West now. So I kind of figured that she probably wanted. I mean, my theory is that they let him go. She's like, well, if he's going, I'm going too. And then also knowing that if she would have gone to the house with anybody else, they would have eaten her alive without him there.
I agree. I don't know if she can emotionally handle that.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. That's true. She would have been like just one Amanda against like everybody else, a house full of people, which that's Kyle and Lindsay and Carl. Who else might be joining? So that's
exactly
very interesting. But I'm curious to see how the next season will go, because the fact that they aren't coming back, I wonder if people are going to think it's boring, and then eventually they'll bring West back. I was actually listening to another podcast that's kind of like where they were going with that morally corrupt, and they were pretty much saying the same thing. That's what my thoughts were, kind of, because I actually was hoping that West would come back just so he can kind of show his ass, and then I mean, we're already seeing it, but just to see what the outcome would be.
Yeah, and to have him answer for his decisions, both of them, really.
Right.
You know, I think that's kind of because at the reunion they didn't really do very much there to help themselves.
Yeah.
No, not at all. It's like they just they seem like they were on something other than beta blockers, and that's a whole different story. Everybody's like, beta blockers don't do that. So,
exactly.
Yeah, like it was just wild. Like the lack of emotion, and just, oh my goodness, and
that's how you just kind of know, like, I don't think Amanda, like you said, Amanda did not care about Sierra. Like, she didn't. It was, on these shows and Housewives, Summer House, all the different shows, you always have the friends, and then you have your coworkers.
Yep.
And I think she always had her in that coworker category, no matter how close they appeared in different scenes, different seasons, and different, situations. I think she just saw her as a coworker.
1000%. Yep, absolutely.
Oh,
down with that.
Yeah,
I
agree. But I think as far as cast changes, I mean, I feel like they're obviously going to do what they can to shake the cast up, bring in some new blood, but then also, I wouldn't put it past them to pull someone from another franchise, like a couple of people in there maybe to shake things up, like they used to do with Winter House.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh yeah. I did watch Winter House. Yes. And I remember when the Tom Schwartz showed up on that show from Vanderpump. They would bring in other people. Yeah, that could be fun. So they're supposed to start filming this weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
4th of July weekend is like when they start.
You're right. Yeah, they're supposed to kick off the filming. So that's how I'm wondering, is Sierra going to be there as a friend at a friend of capacity? Mainly because of the fact that she's doing this whole Love Island after start thing. So that's that'll be a lot on her plate if she was there full time on Summer House. But me personally, I was hoping she would not return to Summer House and just go on to bigger and better things. But if she wants to dip in as a friend of, then I can't. So
if they're gonna pay,
exactly,
then get your bag, girl. Like, let's go. She's getting so many opportunities. She's taking that whole Ariana route. Ariana has kind of mentored her and helped her and coached her through getting all these. I mean, I'm not saying Ariana's done it. Ciara's done it herself, but it's just amazing to see. She just deserves it because she was treated horribly.
Oh, she was. Absolutely. But it's good to see her have that glow up, though.
I know, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially as a Black woman. I'm like, I love to see it. So I'm like, yeah. Girl. That makes me happy. But speaking of Tom, since you brought up the two Toms from Winter House, why don't we just get into the one Tom that made the news, the headlines that we were talking about earlier? And that would be Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend Victoria and her father, apparently. So if anyone missed out, there was an altercation. It happened over the weekend, was it? It was over the weekend, right?
No, the altercation actually happens like June 4th. It was earlier this month. But the dad just released the footage on a neighborhood Facebook group.
Oh, that's what happened.
So that's how that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Like not next door, but like one of your, local neighbors. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That is so crazy. So, because I was under the assumption, but then again, I didn't do my research as much as I was supposed to or should have. I was just going by what I was seeing come through TMZ.
Mhm.
So from there, I really wasn't surprised, to be honest, because they have such a volatile relationship to begin with.
Right.
It seems like they're hot and cold one minute, they're together, then they break up, and then they make up. But then when I saw her father get in the mix, I was like, wait, now hold up, what is going on here? But if you like, Chantel, you can elaborate some more on it.
Huh?
If you like, you can elaborate a little bit more on.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Oh, sure. So, I mean, we all know Tom Sandoval is problematic from Vanderpump.
Right.
He always has had a hot temper. I've never been a fan personally. But the whole situation is that he's arguing with his girlfriend and her dad about him calling someone else that they know, I guess, like a lady of the night. And Tom was arguing. It's kind of hard. The audio is hard to understand. So you know what I did? Because I'm very nosy. I uploaded the video to TikTok and did auto caption so that I could understand what they were saying.
Oh, that's actually pretty brilliant.
So I translated the whole thing. And so they're just arguing about the fact that he's like, I didn't say this. I didn't say this. I didn't say this about this lady. And it just escalated to where he realizes that Victoria, his girlfriend, is recording him on his phone, and he loses it. And he gets, he wants to go to grab her phone. The dad's like, don't touch my daughter. The dad gets pushed into the fire pit. I mean, it was a whole big thing. And I couldn't believe what I was watching, to be honest. Like, I was like, because if you know Vanderpump, you watch, you follow, he's problematic. But to see it like that, it was disturbing. Like, to me, I was disturbed. And the fact that initially he filed or got a restraining order against Victoria and her dad because of what they did. But I'm like, but what about what you did? It just seems like a one-sided situation. And that's why the dad, I think, put the video out.
And I don't blame the father one bit, because it seemed like from the narrative that Tom was spinning, because Victoria and her dad had gotten arrested. So I think they took the damaged store. So I'm like, what in the world happened here?
Right.
And I mean, Victoria's just kind of like flown off the handle a few times, especially like in Instagram lives or even different things of that nature, or another podcast where they were intoxicated or whatever else they had going on. But so I was really kind of looking at it from that angle. But then, like you said, that footage was released. And when I saw that, I was like, holy hell. I was like, this is a whole, like, I was like, are we being gaslit by Tom Sandoval? Which didn't surprise me, because that's what happened. Because then now that all of a sudden this footage came out, and then I was wondering, with the clarity I was trying to figure out, was this Tom's home that he was renting, or was it Victoria's dad's home and Tom was staying with him? I was confused by that.
Yeah, so it's Tom's house. I don't know if he owns it or he's renting or whatever, but it's where he's staying, and they were staying with him along with all of his animals, because they just showed on TMZ or somewhere the other day that the police were outside the residence, and they called them to keep the peace while Victoria and her dad like moved their belongings out of the house.
Oh, that's right. I did see that clip.
Yeah.
Somewhere, and it looked like, and some people were speculating, they were like, was he getting that police officer to sign an NDA?
Oh my God. I mean, but NDA, like, he's wearing a body cam. Like, what are you going to do with NDA?
That's why I was like,
it's like Sandoval logic.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, it could be true or it could not be true. I was like, I have no idea, but I don't know what paperwork it was that police officer was signing, but it was just, but then when I saw, I was like, I had a feeling there was more than just his side of the story, which there usually is. They like his side, her side, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I felt like there was some reason that her dad had gone like crazy to beat a whole.
Yeah, I mean, he was mad. I mean, he was pissed. He got pushed into the fire pit. I would be upset too. It just this all seems toxic and unfortunate, and I hope that Victoria can escape from it.
Oh, I agree, because it's too much, and but from what I've heard recently, I think they're even like kind of back together. So I hope that's not true, but
I know they're off. I mean, it's toxic. It's bad.
It really is, because it's and I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if he's trying to get on another reality show, but I think this is going to hurt his chances if he's trying to get on.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he was
I
trying
mean,
to way
I
back when.
haven't heard. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard like if the dad filed, assault charges against him because he could.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's not looking good for Tom. But
No,
when
not
has it looked good for Tom?
no, you're right.
I know, right? Exactly. Well, I'm curious about her dad ended up living with them. That's what I'm curious
Yeah,
about.
that's what I'm wondering too.
What was that?
I'm curious about how is it that Victoria's dad ended up living with them. That's what I'm wondering about.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, but I don't know. That's how I thought, because I was hearing, I heard more on the end that it was Sandoval's house that he was renting and they were living with him. Then I heard another report that he was living with them, and it was that, but that I don't know. But I guess people were confused by the camera. So however it was, their dad had access to the camera, and we saw the footage. That wasn't AI.
Yeah, his dad probably had the password to log in online, or you know what I'm saying, to log in online to the security cam to download the footage. I mean, or grabbed his phone and did it, or I mean, maybe he knew the information because maybe he's paying the bill for it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it could be anything.
Yeah. And which makes perfect sense that you say that, Chantel, because I do remember reading and hearing, I believe it was TMZ, they were speaking about it, that part of the fights, or no, not the fights, but in his restraining order, he mentioned that they were changing his passwords or logging into stuff and things of that nature.
I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, so now that makes sense. Okay, so I can see how he had gotten access to that.
Yeah.
But isn't that wild that happened back at the beginning of June, and we're just
in June, and we're just now finding out? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, if they were hiding that for that long, I'm like, what else are they hiding at this point?
Yeah.
But also, too, I would say kudos to anybody in the inner circle who didn't leak information out if they already knew about it. I always think about things like that often whenever certain information gets out later on than it actually happened. Because I mean,
that's true. That's true. Maybe he didn't tell Maybe he didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, it could be that, or that that the tight group of people that they had kept their mouth shut. Because that happens too, and it always fascinates me because you always have some other, but you also have people too who like to go and run to the tabloids or run to Demois or whatever.
Right. Right. And drop any little nugget that they have.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that way a news story can generate, which is true. But then also, if they are so used to their volatile behavior, they're probably like, just another day, another dollar. Like
that's true. Yeah,
people just,
it kind of makes me sad.
I know. I'm
like,
yes, Victoria, run, girl, run.
Yes, girl, you in danger.
Exactly. You got your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah. She's beautiful. She's young.
Definitely.
She deserves better.
Yeah.
But sometimes when substances are involved too, it just it heightens everything to another level.
Of course,
they probably both need to get some kind of help with that. Just allegedly. But yeah. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, they are a whole lot. So Tom Sandoval, we will pray for you. Keep your
yes, seriously, yeah.
And Victoria, we wish you and your father the best. And girl, run. Like I said again, I'm gonna say it again. Run, girl, run.
Yes.
I don't like anything about that, but oh my goodness. But talking about running, but not necessarily running, but moving on to from one reality show to another. Let's get into Real Housewives of Atlanta and K. Michelle. Her transition from Love and Hip Hop to Real Housewives of Atlanta, because it's taken me by surprise of her reception, and then also I feel like she's not doing as well as I thought she would be doing to me. So what are your thoughts, Claire?
Well, I mean, from what I'm gathering, because I didn't see a whole lot of it, but from what I've been gathering, it just kind of feels like she didn't really know how to transition from Love and Hip Hop, because these are two totally different franchises. I mean, it's the same city, but at the same time, it's like Atlanta's not a monolith, and you have to kind of look at it that, or like that. It just kind of, go from one side to another in different groups of people. And that things aren't going to translate the same way. People aren't going to react the same way to certain things. And I just don't get the impression that Andy Cohen really likes her either. So
Really?
does.
Interesting take. Okay, I like that.
Oh yeah, tell us more. Tell us more.
I mean, Manson kind of didn't really have too much to go on besides that, but because I mean, you can always kind of tell whenever Andy likes someone or he doesn't. Like
True.
he loves Candy. He loves Candy.
Mhm.
Like he was like with her whenever she decides to walk away. And whereas with this like Michelle, that I just get the impression that he's just ready that he's gonna be getting ready to get rid of her after the season's over with.
What do you think about her getting first chair?
First chair. You know what? That's really interesting because I think you might probably put on a hot seat. It's probably setting her up. Oh, that's fine. I think so.
So I'll give you, even though we're twins, I'm gonna give you a different opinion. So my thought on that whole thing is, I think that they gave K. Michelle that first spot is because she's got a lot of notoriety. Because outside of the Real Housewives spectrum, a lot of people aren't familiar with her outside of that. But she's very popular. She's a well-known R&B singer and now a country singer as well. And she was very popular on Love and Hip Hop, which I was more familiar with her music before I knew she was on Love and Hip Hop. And so then I started watching again whenever I found out she was on it. But I feel like that's probably why they're giving her that first seat. But at the same time, what you are saying does make sense. But I'm gonna stick to what I'm gonna stick to my thoughts that it's probably because of her popularity. So
we probably more because I haven't watched that much of it. So I'm just kind of going by what a little I've seen and observed.
But what are your thoughts, Chantel?
So I have an interesting perspective because I never watched Love and Hip Hop. I didn't watch her on Marriage Boot Camp, and I don't really know her music. So my wife does and likes her music, country and R&B. So to me, like her and Pinky, when they came into Atlanta, I'm like looking at this like completely fresh eyes. I have no idea who you are. I know you've been in reality TV space for a lot of years, but my thing with K. Michelle, I think, is that she's unpredictable.
Okay, that. Okay.
Can you see that? Like she's unpredictable. So she doesn't want to play by the housewives rules. She knows what they are. She understands them. She's made plenty of mentions about being in reality TV business, like in confessionals, 20 plus years. She's been a producer. So she knows how this works. She's not dumb. And she's using that knowledge, in my opinion, to decide when she wants to and when she does not want to engage or participate.
Yeah.
She's using it as like a power move to me, where it's like, so like after Drew did her national anthem thing, and they went, and then her and she met Shimmy and K. Michelle at that restaurant. They got into a whole big thing, and K. Michelle knew where Drew was heading with the conversation and was like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Took her purse and was rolling out because she doesn't want to give them the scenes. She knows what's going on. She understands, and she's refusing to give them scenes. So no matter what she does or doesn't do, she's a huge part of the story and the storyline. So I kind of get why she got first chair, just talking about that part. Because she knows what she's doing, even if we don't understand it or we don't like it. she knows how the sausage is made, as they say. That's what I think.
Got it. Okay, that
makes sense. I could see that.
Yeah, it does. I'm just still wondering if she'll be back next season. And I think it just threw me for a loop. It seems like I can't diagnose anyone or no, but I feel like she's got something else going on, some other underlying issues maybe, emotional issues, because especially with when it comes to the surgery that she had, that was that ended up, now she's got like so much silicone floating around her body that she can't get rid of, and it was a surgery that she shouldn't have had for, I think it was a BBL, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And then it seems like she was trying to even, I guess, trying to salvage and do another one, it seems, or do what she could. And I'm like,
that scene with the doctor when he was like, I don't think this is a good idea. And she was like, but, and I'm like, people like that, there's maybe some body dysmorphia, going on there.
About it.
Where she's, like I lost 60 pounds. And so sometimes I look in the mirror and I still see the other Chantel until my wife or someone's like, no, like they're like, you're wearing, this size compared to that size, and you just don't see it when you've been a certain way for a very long time. And she's changed her body so many times, so much.
Right.
That she probably doesn't remember what she used to look like her original body.
No, that is so true. But it's true though. That
makes sense.
And she's not the only woman that's going through that though. And that's why that's why I do appreciate her also being open and candid about that. It's 2026. It's this day and age. There's so many women who are getting these procedures done and everything. I've got a whole list of girlfriends of mine, like in San Diego, that were getting procedures done like 10 years ago too, like under the sun. And it's like, and one of them in particular, I was looking at, there's some pictures, because on Facebook, it'll have like pictures from 10 years ago to the present, and you can like kind of like merge those. And I looked at the pictures from 10 years ago, one of my friends, like, she was almost unrecognizable. So it's like, and I know she's had, multiple surgeries and everything, but I'm like, do whatever you would like. But at the same time, it's like, you kind of wonder when there's so many, you're doing so many transitions, it's like, you probably don't recognize yourself. So
it's got to affect the psyche at some point.
I think so too. I think K. Michelle just, I don't think she was going to come in as a newbie and be a supporting character.
Okay.
I don't think that's in her. I don't think, just from what I've seen so far, I just don't see that being in her personality to come in and just, some new housewives come in, they take the lay of the land. They want to figure out who knows who hates who, who's in a fight, who is the head honcho, who's in charge. They want to know the dynamics. She came in and she's like, I'm K. Michelle. It's who I am. Take it or leave it. And I'm not playing this game with you. I mean, she's had amazing lines. I love her on the show. Like, I don't have any history with her other than this show, and I love her. She's hilarious. She has great lines, like a spirit of exposure. When she was talking about at that dinner with Portia, there's a spirit of exposure. I'm like, who comes up with it? Like, it's just great.
Yeah, so then the national anthem, when she was singing national anthem.
Oh yes,
she is a mess. But like, I was just hoping that these women wouldn't break her, because it almost seemed like she was at a point where she was almost at a breaking point. So that's how I'm really hoping that they do give her another shot. So
I think so too. I hope so too.
Yeah, but I'm really hoping for that. But speaking of reunions and seats, we just wrapped up the Real Housewives of Rhode Island reunion for the very first season. And my take on it, I know Blair, she's still catching up on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. But I mean, I was like, this is a breath of fresh air that I felt like we needed, that Bravo needed. It was brand new faces. I mean, these women came in with guns blazing, and I was here for it.
Yes, I agree.
And it was so great. So I don't know if you were familiar with Ashley and Jared from the Bachelor and Bachelorette, the whole franchise. So I followed them for years, so I was excited to see them come on. But what really blew my mind was that I didn't think that they would be so different whenever they did the show and cast the show. I didn't know that they would be so different from everybody else on the show, that the more the cast would be more like them. But to me, that it was almost like, I feel like they were too normal for the show, but I feel like the show needs them as being normal people, because it gives us a little bit of a different dynamic. I just hope that actually, if she does come back next season, that she brings a little bit more. But they brought the drama, that's for sure. So what are your thoughts? Anything stuck out to you?
Oh my gosh, I love Rhode Island so much. I've been sad since the very first episode. I'm obsessed. I think, and I've done a few videos about this, I think the magic of Rhode Island, is that they just don't remember that this is being filmed for TV.
Yeah. That's the problem that reality TV is missing these days.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so like Salt Lake City, that's when people kind of compare, the last new thing we had that was like a big success. But that, I felt like they knew this was for TV on Salt Lake City. Rhode Island, they're just like, they're just reacting. They're not performing. They're being themselves. They have true connections and relationships. The Spanish teacher, oh my Lord, this poor woman, they cannot stop talking about her. It's so bad. It's so bad. But it just feels like they accidentally ended up on TV and they don't have any of that yet. I'm hoping that, they don't completely change based on viewer feedback and Twitter and threads and all the things. I want them to still be themselves because that's what makes it authentic and real.
Exactly.
Is that they're not holding back. Like the first season, we're talking about someone's affair and like it's happening in real time while they're filming. Like, what is happening? Like, it's just amazing TV.
It really is. It's like I literally feel like someone just picked up cameras and was like observing nothing but like this friend group drama, and they were like, "Quick, grab a camera and just start shooting, so start filming whatever you can." And that's what I love about it. It literally kept me on the edge of my seat going into every episode.
Yeah, me too.
And at first I was just like, it was just wild to me because I was like, wait a minute. Oh, look, Dolores, there's Dolores. I was like, wait, that's not Dolores. It's someone else.
Yes.
At first I saw in the previews as well. I was like, Dolores. I was like, no. And then when more and more I start to watch, I was able to tell Dolores and Liz apart and then start to see that some of the women looked a little different from each other. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm here for all of it though. And then Joellen just like literally was trying to be a girl's girl. I'm trying to overuse that word so much, but literally trying to look out for RHOA, and RHOA didn't want to have any part of it and the exposure. But I mean, it's like that man is clearly embarrassing her on national television, and he doesn't care. And it's like, I don't know. It seems like they're trying to protect something, assets. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but it's wild to me. And it's like they want Joellen to leave that alone.
So I'm working on a script, right, for a video, and it's kind of like there's on Housewives, there's being obsessed and being invested can look the same way. It just depends on the edit.
Oh, that's
Think about that. You know what I mean? Because Joellen seems to me very invested in letting RHOA know, like, look, this is still going on. Like, he's lying to you. Now, why she cares so much, I don't understand. But, it's a borderline between, like, is she being obsessed about, is she obsessing about this? Or is she really just invested in, this is her friend and she wants to, because I don't think Joellen even realized what she has. Like, she's like top tier housewife here. And she's just being her freaking self. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, definitely. She and her husband both. But it's like, and then the realness came out when they were like, they tried to get her to lose her job over things. So, and this stuff happened like before the show even aired. So that's what, or was even, I think before even started filming. So, I mean, just like some of that deep drama. And of course, now we're getting more of a clearer picture about Kelsey and her relationship with the man that she doesn't say his name or
they bleep it out, his name. Yes.
And that's been interesting. It seems like we're finding out more about that, and it seems like she and Rosie have that kind of that tit for tat thing going back and forth, and and it's just, that's interesting to me. But to me, I'm just kind of like Kelsey. She keeps digging at Rosie and the size of her house and the floor plans and everything. So I don't really know what the big deal is because she's now in her 1-bedroom apartment. So I'm kind of like, why are you going after her house when you were in the house and you were being kept by another man? I mean, I like Kelsey, but I mean, that's my opinion. That's just,
well, now she's being kept by Bill. So
exactly, yeah.
And she made a comment in that reunion when Andy asked the women if anyone had been in a similar situationship where the man's taking care of you and paying, and no one raised their hand. And Kelsey goes, well, you're missing out. I don't know if anyone caught that, but she said it kind of under her breath. And I was like, see, like, you really don't want to work. You don't want to
at all.
She's used to this now. So I mean, but I think if that's going to be the case, then then don't shy away from it. Flaunt it.
Yeah.
Make it in your face. You know what? I don't have to pay. I don't have to work because my husband. Like, don't be ashamed about it if that's how it's going to be.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Stand on business. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely what I think about it. But what I was kind of hoping that they would get a little bit more into Liz and this whole Dino thing and situation. But part of me thinks it looks like because this whole legal issue going on right now that maybe that's why. And then I only saw one clip today. I don't know how true it is. I think it's rumored that she's not coming back.
I saw that too. And now it's floating around and I've not heard. But I think it kind of depends on how tightly knit maybe with this whole Dino investigation, like her and her husband are with the fishing boats and like all the different things. And maybe it's not because, if you go on Housewives, you're going to be investigated. Like Reddit is going to find out your mother's maiden name and they are going to dig down deep and find out all your dirty secrets. And so it could be a thing, or maybe it's not a good idea for her to be on this show and to be showing anything else about her lifestyle. But I mean, Liz was a little unhinged at the end, but I like her. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I like all of them because they all bring something different to the table. Like some kind of theatrics, and it's.
Yeah, I do too. Because on Housewives, I think to be successful, you need to have different levels of housewife. So like you're talking about Ashley before. So Ashley, to me, she's a medium housewife. Like she can be, if she needs to, she can get in there, but she prefer not to. She just kind of she's just there. But you need to have the medium, you need to have the Liz, you need to have they just gel together perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. I really hope they bring the whole cast back next season. Well,
I know.
Maybe pending, maybe not pending, and I wonder if she does get replaced, if they're going to replace her with. I was thinking maybe Dolores, but then it seemed like she really brings too much to it. But maybe that was her purpose. Maybe she didn't want to be the center of attention. I don't know. Or all sense to. I don't know. I guess it'll time will tell. So that's.
I mean, they're going to start filming in the next couple of weeks.
That's what I heard, and I'm excited about it because that's going to be I mean. Oh, I think it's going to be a good season that's coming out. So.
I know, me too. I just hope that everyone just stays true to themselves and doesn't hold back or change their personality because one person on Twitter said, I didn't like when Joellen said da-da-da-da-da. No, just, you have to get used to this now. Even just being a content creator, people write me things in my comments sometimes, and I'm just like, that's their opinion. So you got to be you got to be yourself. You got to be yourself.
Yep, 1000%. But I will for sure that I never ever thought that Real Housewives of Rhode Island, when I first heard they were going to do a new franchise, and I heard Rhode Island. I'm like, what the hell is in Rhode Island? I'm
yeah.
And I was like, this is got to be boring. And then they're like, no, there's drama and all these things. And then as soon as I saw the first whenever the preview came out or whatever they call it, the little clip, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this looks good. I was like, this looks really, really good. So I am here for it all day and all day long. But speaking of housewives in jail, it seems like I'm hoping that's not the case. That something happened. I hope that Liz doesn't get in any kind of trouble with
me too.
But it almost seems like it's like if a rich woman wants to get locked up, get on the Housewives franchise.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to turn those platinum bracelets into some silver bracelets.
I know.
What's going on here? So I
know.
But I mean, that's what it seems like.
The only thing I can figure is that maybe some kind of level of narcissism that's with these people, because it's so many of them have they've been investigated or they've been going to jail or their spouse went to jail and you understand that. And then if things is really shady whenever you see them come with this mansion trying to figure out where the money came from. And
yeah, that's true. Because where did everyone's money come from?
Exactly.
Maybe in season 2 we'll get it more into their businesses, their backgrounds. We did see the aunties and all that stuff, which is cute.
Right. Oh, that was
fun. Yeah, but I would love to see more about just more background history. But at the same time, though, sometimes that makes for like a boring episode. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have those like what they call filler episodes, you know, but you do need that to get the background to really understand the women. So
most definitely. Well, Chantel, how can everybody find you?
yes, I am on Instagram and TikTok at PurplePandaPants. Also on Reddit. That's where my name comes from. It's my Reddit username that I made like 10 years ago. And so people know me from like Karen Huger stuff on Reddit as Purple Panda Pants. So I was like, I'll just transfer it over to my socials and make this a whole big thing now. So yeah, so that's where you can find me. And I'm there doing snarky Bravo Housewives commentary.
Awesome.
Yeah. Speak with you.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna drop your information too in our description once we get our episode up and everything. So y'all, that concludes it for tonight. And thank you so much again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. I had so much fun. Let's do it again. It was fun.
Definitely. For sure. All right, Blair, we'll go ahead and take it out here. So everybody, this is Kimberly Bryant.
This is Blair Bryant.
And of course, again, we are the Pop Culture Green Room. So y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.